Hello and welcome to my Tuesday forecast. So let's get started with the Euro and US dollar. And what we had in the prior price action is just signaling to me a range. We were breaking the highs, retracing, breaking the lows, retracing, and again breaking the highs, retracing. So what I can forecast right here is that we will just continue with this range, something like this. And we currently do have this, let's say, a descending channel, but the prior price action is so ranging that I need to see some clear momentum. So to get in on either the bond or maybe to get momentum pullback, more momentum, and to get in on the bullet. So same thing to the downside, I need to see clear momentum, then a bond, or some clear momentum, then pullback, and then another impulse. So then I would look for a trade, or if I see a nice clean ascending structure, then I would look for an impulse to downside and look for a trade, or maybe a nice clean descending structure, look for an impulse to the upside and a trade. So yeah, for the euro, I'm waiting to see if the price breaks out of this flat range, because currently it's in no man's land, not showing me any direction or showing me any trend. So let's move on to the Aussie and US dollar. So here we have started to trend to a downside. So we had this impulse push, then a pullback, then we had a continuation of the trend, and I did enter a short trade right here. So 12 pip stop loss. So yeah, I did enter a short trade right here because I saw this continuation of the momentum. I saw these two wicks, but they didn't concern me because I saw this large momentum and the price is trending to a downside. There is strength to a downside, and the Aussie likes to trend correctively, so it fit my plan, and I took this short trade and got stopped out right here. So yeah, this was a 1% loss, but was a very good trade. And what happened next? So the price continued to the downside, broke the low in momentum, and then we got a large wick, and I would even say a huge wick right here, and we got a V reversal. So I didn't want to look for any trades because I saw a huge wick and the V reversal. This to me signals that we can just get this range. And what we also know, when we get the V reversal, and if we do get the range, that the price usually continues in the second leg to something like this, and then I would look for a trade. So this is the second leg, and that means that we will probably have a range and a continuation of the second leg to the upside. We can also get an impulse from here. Then I would look for a bomb because the volatility is then in our favor. Because this leg would be much bigger than this leg to the downside. Or we can get an impulse, pull back another impulse, look for a bullet trade. This would be very high probability. We can also just get an ascending, nice clean ascending, and an impulse push to the downside. Then I'll look for a trade. We can just stay ranging between the low and the high because we got a V reversal. So this would signal to us a larger range. Or we can get an impulse to the downside, and then I will need to see how the impulse looks like, how big it is. But to me, it would signal more volatility, so I would probably stay out. But if we do get a nice clean big impulse, pull back another impulse signaling the trend, I would enter a bullet short. Or if we do get a nice clean descending structure that is breaking the lows and retracing, impulse to the upside, I will look also for a trade. So yeah, that's it for the Aussie. For the Aussie and the US dollar, currently we are trending to the downside, but we got a V reversal. So it is likely that we will get some sort of a range right here. And I'm waiting to see what happens after that range, if we get a continuation of the second leg. So yeah, let's move on to the final pair. So the Aussie and the Japanese yen. We also started to trend to the downside. There was a trade right here, but I missed it. Actually, it didn't even fit my plan because we were stuck in this flat range. But there was an opportunity to enter a bullet short. So yeah, we got momentum to downside, pullback, really small pullback, continuation of the momentum, nice clean close. So nice clean one candle push to the downside. Then we broke the low again with momentum and got double wicks and the V reversal to the bullet entry point. So I stayed out of this trade also because I saw the double wicks and the V reversal. Then we broke the low and retraced with a really huge wick and got the V reversal to the upside. So after we got the V reversal, we broke the high, got a huge wick on to the upside. So this would signal to me further range in price action, something like this. Big range because we got a huge wick to downside, broke the high, got a huge wick. So wick to downside, wick to the upside equals a larger range. But as we do know, we can get a V reversal, then a small range, and the continuation of the second leg. So if that happens, I would look to enter, let's say, a bomb trade on this second leg because I know it's a high probability setup. What can also happen is we can get a nice clean impulse to the upside. Then I will look for a trade also. Or we can get an impulse pullback, another impulse, look for a bullet trade. Or we can get a nice clean ascending structure, then impulse to the downside, look also for a bomb trade. What can also happen, we can get a push to the downside, and this would signal to me probably more volatile price action, so I would be very careful and I would probably stay out. It all depends on what it looks like. Or we can get an impulse push, pullback, and a continuation, which will signal to me a trend to the downside. And I would definitely look for a bullet or bomb trade to enter on this continuation. Also, what can happen, we can get a nice clean descending, impulse to the upside, look for a trade. So yeah, that's it for the Aussie and the Japanese yen. Currently expecting a larger range, as I said, because of these two huge wicks. But it doesn't have to happen. We can get some momentum, and if we get momentum, I'll look to enter a trade. So that's it for the forecast, and I will see you in the next one.